You know that feeling? You hop in the car, your phone connects, and you just hit play on that perfect driving playlist. It feels so simple, so seamless. But behind that one simple tap is, honestly, a wild and complex world of technical chaos. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on how Spotify manages to tame one of its most challenging environments ever, your car.
So let's just dive right into this. It probably sounds a little strange, right? For a global audio giant like Spotify, why would the car in your driveway be such a massive technical headache? Well, it's because the car isn't just one thing. It's 100 different things all rolled into one.
A huge chunk of all Spotify listening actually happens on the road, so getting this right is totally non-negotiable for them. The big problem is that the in-car experience is incredibly fragmented. There isn't just one way to listen to Spotify in your car, there are three main ways, and believe it or not, most cars support more than one of them.
First up, you've got the most basic connection, good old Bluetooth. The easiest way to think about this is that your car is just acting like a simple pair of speakers. You get the essentials, play, pause, skip, right there on your steering wheel or the dashboard. But it's your phone that's still doing all the heavy lifting.
But Bluetooth is really just the starting line. The next level up is what we call projected experiences, like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This is where your phone's app is literally mirrored onto your car's screen. And what's cool about this is you get a much richer experience. You can browse, you can search, you get a real now playing view. It's a huge step up.
And then, at the top, you have the most integrated setup of all, a standalone embedded app. This is the kind of thing you'd find in a Tesla or in cars running on Android Automotive. In this case, Spotify isn't just being projected from your phone, it is built right into the car's own operating system. It lives there.
So when you put all this together, it creates an absolute development nightmare. I mean, think about it. In a single car, you might have all three of these connection types. The screens can be tiny little things or massive tablets. You might use a touchscreen, a clunky old rotary knob, or voice commands. And to top it all off, car makers want their systems to feel unique. It's a true gauntlet of fragmentation.
So you've got this massive, messy, technical puzzle to solve across literally thousands of different car models. But here's the real kicker, the one thing that makes it 10 times harder. You have to solve all of that while keeping one thing in mind, above absolutely everything else: driver safety.
This creates this constant tug-of-war for Spotify's designers. On one hand, they have to minimize your cognitive load, right? Making it so effortless to find your music that you barely even have to think about it. But on the other hand, they have to ruthlessly reduce distractions, preventing any kind of audio glitch or confusing menu that could pull your eyes away from the road for even a split second. So how in the world do you solve this impossible puzzle? A completely fragmented tech landscape with this overriding life-or-death safety constraint. I mean, you can't just hash this out on Slack. You know how important conversations just get buried. Spotify's answer, their secret weapon, is a deceptively simple but incredibly powerful document, the request for comments, or as they call it, the RFC. An RFC is basically a focused, written conversation. It lays out a single, specific problem and then lets everyone involved, engineers, product managers, designers, discuss it on their own time and collaboratively build a solution together. It's a way to have those deep, technical discussions that just fall apart in a fast-moving chat thread.
And the structure is it's beautifully logical. You start with number 1, the problem statement, just clearly defining the issue. Then 2, you add context, explaining why this thing actually matters. Number 3 is where you lay out your proposed solution. Then, and this is so important, number 4, you list the alternate solutions you thought about. And finally, you open it all up for feedback. Simple.
So the RFC gives you the framework, but having a tool is one thing. Actually using it well is something else entirely. And that's where Spotify's specific strategies come in, turning this simple document into a true engine for innovation.
Okay, so for these massive challenges, trying to solve everything in one single document would just be overwhelming. So Spotify's first strategy is simple: break the problem down. They start with one high-level, bird's-eye view RFC to agree on the big picture, and then they spin off smaller, much more focused RFCs for all the little details.
Let's take a feature like automatically playing music when you get in the car. First, a big picture RFC decided the overall architecture. Then, they created separate, focused RFCs for specific teams. One for the team that detects the car's signal, another for the team that decides what content to play, and a third for figuring out when autoplay might actually be annoying. The result? Each team gets exactly the information they need and none of the noise they don't.
And we're not just talking about giant walls of text here. To make these technical documents really come alive, they embed visuals right into them. So instead of just describing a broken user journey, they'll actually include a diagram to show you exactly where it's failing. And instead of just suggesting a fix, they'll provide real code snippets to make the solution concrete and ready to go.
RFCs are also their go-to tool for those mysterious bugs that nobody can seem to figure out. When an issue pops up that cuts across multiple teams, they create a shared RFC. One team fills in what they know about their part of the system, then other teams come in and add their pieces of the puzzle. It's like a collaborative detective story, mapping out the unknowns to find the root cause together.
When you get right down to it, the real magic of the RFC is how it works as a collaboration blueprint. It's the one document that gets everyone from every corner of the company aligned on a single shared playbook.
And this table really brings it all home. Within a single RFC, you've got the product team defining the what and the why. Then engineering comes in to brainstorm the how. And finally, the product insights team closes the loop by defining how success will actually be measured. It brings all those crucial questions and people into one coherent space.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. As Spotify senior engineer Mahin Khalid says, RFCs are a proven tool for collaboration, iteration, and making smart decisions. They really are the secret weapon that brings order to all that in-car chaos.
So it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? What's your in-car chaos? What's that big, messy, fragmented problem in your world that's just waiting for a simple, shared blueprint to come along and unlock a real solution?